What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Brendan Olson for showing love to the channel with donation via the Cash App. I saw your video request, and I will take care of that one very soon. And shout out also to the man, the myth, the legend, the brother Robert Mason, showing love with yet another donation via the PayPal. Salute to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV. So look, the Lemedia and the LeBron cult are all having an absolute field day, ranting and raving and absolutely just throwing wild party celebrations with LeBron James passing Michael Jordan for most career 30-point games. In his 22nd NBA season, in game number, 1,520 something, what is it, 24? 23, something like that. He passes Michael Jordan in 30-point games. And by the way, he's obviously stat padding to get these records. He finished with 30 points on the nose against the Atlanta Hawks yesterday. Is it impressive that he got 30 points yesterday and his 563rd career 50-point game? 30-point game, excuse me. Is it impressive? To a certain extent, it's admirable. It's something. But when you look at the fact that Jordan did it in 5.5 fewer seasons and 450-something fewer games, while taking something around the neighborhood of 5,700 fewer three-point attempts, shooting thousands fewer free throws, and taking approximately 5,400 fewer shot attempts. Yes, what Jordan did was extraordinarily impressive. Okay, Jordan was just a more dominant scorer. LeBron only had 1 scoring title. Michael Jordan, a record 10 scoring titles. Michael Jordan's an all-time leader in regular season scoring average per game. LeBron's up there, but he ain't Michael Jordan. LeBron's the all-time leader in scoring. Michael Jordan's the all-time leader in scoring average regular season and postseason. Okay? What he did was just simply more impressive. But I want to point out something about Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain is 3rd all-time in 50-point games with 516. He did that in 1,045 games. Okay? 1,045 games, which is, what is that? 480 fewer games than LeBron. But this is the kicker here. In Wilt Chamberlain's first 7 seasons, he had 442 30-point games. In his first 7 years, 442 30-point games. Let me say it again. His first 7 years, 442 30-point games. Contrast that to LeBron playing in, what would that be, 15 more seasons than Wilt at that point in comparison, with 563. So how is Wilt not the all-time leader if he had such a staggering scorched earth scoring pace? Because he actually changed his game for the betterment of the team. He became more of a well-balanced, all-around player, scoring, facilitating, rebounding, defense, focused, becoming the only center in the history of the NBA. Nikola Jokic might do it one day, but he has yet to do it. The only center to actually lead the NBA in assists. He changed his game. And then when he played with the Lakers, he basically became the Lakers version of Bill Russell. As a matter of fact, he was a more efficient Bill Russell. He changed his game. His last year in the NBA, he only averaged 8 shot attempts a night. He changed his game for the betterment of the team. Contrast that to the guys playing in LA who refuses to augment his game for the betterment of the team. He refuses to do it because his stats are so precious to him. His numbers are more important to him than winning. That's all he cares about. His brand, his numbers, his image, his fake Lemedia image. So if Wilt Chamberlain had the same mentality, only about stats, only about himself, well, he probably would have won no championships. But his numbers would be even better. He probably would have won 12, 13 scoring titles. At the very least, 11. He would have had maybe 700 career 30-point games. He'd be a statistical, juggernaut. But he wouldn't have won. Ever. I mean, we get on here for going 2-4 in the finals, but we neglect to mention that he lost against 2 super teams, the Bill Russell Celtics of the 50s and 60s and the New York Knicks of the late 60s and early 70s that had all-star Hall of Famers in every position in the starting lineup, including the last few teams, 2 bench guys who wound up being Hall of Famers, Jerry Lucas and Dick Barnett. But I digress. I think there's something else to be mentioned here too. Let's talk about career 40-point games, because the all-time leader in career 40-point games is Wilt Chamberlain. It's not even close. And LeBron doesn't have a prayer in catching him, by the way. And that's despite him augmenting his game after 7 seasons to be more team-orientated. 271 career 40-point games. Michael Jordan's second, 173. Kobe Bean Bryant is third with 122. James Harden is fourth with 103. Elgin Baylor, who hasn't played basketball in over 50 years, he's fifth with 88. Allen Iverson is, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth with 79. LeBron James, who's played 22 years, is way back there, 7th all time with 77 40-point games. 77 40-point games. Way back there. We look at 50-point games during the regular season. Michael Jordan, 31. Second all time. Wilt Chamberlain, 118. Number 1. Way out in front. Michael Jordan, as I said, second. Kobe Bean Bryant, third, 25. James Harden is fourth, 24. I think Elgin Baylor's fifth. I got to look at it again. I know Elgin Baylor and Rick Barry are like 5th and 6th. LeBron's all the way down that list at 14 career 50-point games. Not too far ahead of Steph Curry, by the way. So when it comes to scoring, LeBron is a longevity specialist. longevity. Because when it comes down to it, on a per night basis, he's a guy that goes out there and gets his standard 25, 27 points a night. But he's not one of these guys who can go off on any given night and give you epic performances when it comes to scoring feats. He's just slow, steady, reliable. You know, he's like an Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith was a phenomenal running back, but nobody would ever excuse him or confuse him, I should say, for being a generational talent on the level of Barry Sanders or Jim Brown or, you know, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson. He wasn't that. But he was a Hall of Famer, first ballot. But he benefited from playing against behind some of the greatest offensive lines the game has ever seen. And he had freakishly great health for a running back. He's LeBron James. That's what he is. Without the ego and selfishness. That's who Emmitt Smith is. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.